Hello, my name is Anthony. I'm a guest here from Sicily, and I'm going to prepare some fresh pasta for you today. These are the basic 3 ingredients today: flour, some eggs, and a little bit of water if needed. Instead of dumping this right onto the table, we could actually start mixing it right in here. And what we do is we break up the eggs in there. Now, you can put as many eggs as you'd like in this. It'll just take more eggy. Like if you're making like a lasagna, you might want to put more eggs. But if you're just making like a basic pasta, you could just throw 2 eggs in here. That should be good enough. So we proceed in breaking up the eggs and making the flour absorb that. Now, of course, I could put 1 more egg in because it needs more liquid. But if you don't want it to be too eggy, depending on the other ingredients that you're using with it, you can add some water. And if it becomes too liquid, add a little bit more flour. It's easy as that. Basically, the way you want this to be is you don't want it to be too soft and you don't want it to be too hard. But to make pasta, generally, the flour has to be dryish, okay? And as you can see, it's kind of dryish like this. This is perfect. It may just be perfect. Don't worry, you may be tempted to add more water there, but no, keep mixing because eventually that liquid will be absorbed. Just have to make sure that it's not too wet, so that's why we add a little bit of water. So at this point, where you see the pasta is like in pieces like this, you see? See how it is? Like this. This is perfect now for doing it by hand. And we just dump it all out. Right. And you could get your hands with a little bit of flour on there, so this way the flour won't stick to your hands. See how it's hard and it's not all liquidy? This is the way it's supposed to be. And I think we just have the perfect mixture at this point. This is the motion you have to put into it. Grab it, put your weight on it, and roll it. Change position and roll it. It should only take about 10 minutes from beginning to the end. See, this rolling action makes it really bind. The way that you see if it's mixed enough is that you see that it's all one shape, you know, like silly putty. At this point, we're ready to roll it with this tool right here. So we take a little bit of flour, we put it on the work table, and we put some on our hands so that it doesn't stick. We also put a little bit on this tool right here, and we start rolling it out, flattening it out. In this direction, in this direction. See, if we had not put the flour, the pressure that I'm applying to it would have made the pasta stick onto the surface. Now, of course, with this pasta, you could do anything. We could make raviolis with it. We could make cavatelli. We don't need any particular form, so just stretch it out in whatever form it takes. The idea at this point is to get it as flat as possible. So we just continue to enlarge this shape. Strangely enough, it's starting to look like Sicily, a little bit like Corsica, maybe. All right, we just keep, see how flat that is? We're going to keep flattening it out even more. Beautiful, we're getting there. When you're rolling, an important tip would be that when you start rolling, to continue the roll. And don't let the pasta make any, where it folds. So just keep pushing it in a continuous shape. There we go. One more this way. We're almost ready. This is just the last flattening out, making sure that the thickness is basically the same everywhere on the edges. And that's this last procedure. We have our pasta is made. It's right here. And use a little bit of flour, not to make it stick, just in case it sticks to the surface. Just throw some flour like that. And there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, if we're going to make fettuccine, what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece so that it's all one shape. Because, wait, you'll see what happens. What we do is we put a little bit of flour up on the top so it doesn't stick as we roll it. Because now we're going to take this and we're going to start rolling it. We're going to roll it like this. See that? You start out with a small roll and you just keep taking it all the way down. Here we go. We have our fettuccine and we have our lasagna right here. This is so simple, and this is how it gets done. One, make it as fat as you want. Okay, we're going to make it about a 1/4 inch, I would say. But just for demonstration, I'm going to show you also how it can be made larger. This piece. Okay. Here we go, last one. Here we go. Now that we have these things here, what we do is we simply roll them out, unroll them, and we throw a little bit of flour on there. That'll help non-stick as we're doing all of this. There's no problem with adding some flour like this. It will help break them up. Okay, and like magic, here they are. So now, this is the pasta, which is basically ready to put in a pot of boiling water. And it will take about 1.5 to 2 minutes to be ready. Strangely enough, if you overcook this pasta, it starts getting harder. The opposite of the regular pasta that we buy in a bag. So basically, our pasta is ready. And I'll take advantage of this situation here. While we have a little bit of flour left here, this is what I was saying before. Let's say we wanted to make cavatelli, right? We know what cavatelli are. But cavatelli, we would have made the pasta just a little bit thicker. And then we take little squares like this. We go like this. And then by using a fork, this is what we use to make our shape. We roll it like this. And this is how we make the cavatelli. The fork is a perfect tool for it because it leaves all these little nicks and crannies where the sauces can get stuck. Here we have our larger lasagna, which we can make any width we want. And we have a request of somebody to make a bow tie. Simple. Here we go. Just pinch it in the middle, I would say. And here is our bow tie. If we want to put a little bit of fancy shape to it, there's our bow tie. No problem. Want to make a quick ravioli? Here we go. Here's one ravioli. And here's the other one. And if, let's say, we wanted to stuff it, in this case, we're going to use the pasta itself to stuff it with. We take a smaller glass and we press down on it. Or else we could just simply go like this. And that's a ravioli right there. If you have a problem making it stick from one sheet to the other, very simple. You have a little bit of an egg that you've beaten up and you have a little brush, and you take that little brush and you put it on where you want it to stick. You apply the pressure to the place where you've added a little bit of egg, and that will seal it up for sure, and it won't open up when you're cooking it. So here we have our lovely pasta that we've just made. Now, let's say we made this in the morning and we want to cook this at night. What we have to do is, because this is fresh pasta, what we have to do to store it is we don't put it in the Frigidaire. As we store it like this, it may create like a humidity thing, and it starts sticking to each other. So what we do to save it until tonight is we put it in a big plate or something like that, or in a cookie sheet, and we add flour like this. We make sure that it has lots of flour. Later, when we go to it, we shake that flour off. We grab it, we go like this, We don't take that flour. And we have our pasta like this. The industry takes this pasta and dries it. Now they do it with hot air blowers. Before it used to be done by just hanging it in the sun. This is what used to be done with spaghettis. They would put it on bamboo canes and dry it up like this in the morning when the sun came out. And it would dry. In fact, some of you may remember, the spaghettis used to have a slight little turn on it, because then what they do is they break it in half. And of course, you can do that at home yourself too, but it's just not going to have the same flavor as when you do it fresh that same day. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that same day, immediate, do it and eat it taste. All right, so now we'll go to our next step in preparing something to add to this.